Welcome to the 2013 Aloha Clinic training videos. We're going to cover catch or incomplete and then later down fumble progress. Let's get started with play number 1. Play number 1 was ruled incomplete for being out of bounds. We're going to watch this and break it down because there's a couple of things that come into play on this play that we want to discuss mechanically and rule-wise. You can see here that the player is pushed from the back, so if he lands out of bounds and maintains possession of the ball, it's still incomplete. He would actually physically have to be picked up and carried out of bounds in order for you to have any kind of judgment relating to that type of catch. The other thing is he bobbles the ball when he lands out of bounds. So because this is the case, if you ruled him inbounds, you're going to mechanically want to stay back further so you can maintain a very good look on that out of bounds possession of the football. Play number 2 was ruled an incomplete pass, but it was actually a backward pass. And it's a difficult call to make, especially out of a shotgun. So if you are in a shotgun and your mechanic is not to send a wing official into the backfield, this is probably left to the referee to call. He's going to go point to point. Now the release point of the quarterback is on his right foot, or where his right foot would be, so it's on the white line. And the receiver comes forward and possesses it probably a foot behind that. Now by philosophy, if you're not sure, it's incomplete. But if you have a good look at it, then go ahead and let it run as a backward pass. And in this case, the defender uses an excellent technique of getting low. His head is on the side, and he punches the ball out. And that's the kind of tackling technique we're looking for, with the emphasis on head injuries. Play number 3 was ruled an interception, fumble, and then recovery by the passing team. So an ABA, in essence, giving the offense a first down. So as you watch it in real speed, it's pretty quick that ball's on the ground. So quick, in fact, I think the crew should probably get involved in this just from a timing aspect and wipe this out as an incomplete pass. Watch it from the end zone view. You can see it had it just a fraction of a second. So much of a fraction of a second, I went back and timed it. So I took it from this point, and when the quarterback turns, throws the ball to the first touch point, until this move here and then the punch point is 1/4 of a second. That's too fast. Somebody has to save this play and make that an incomplete pass. Play number 4 was ruled a catch fumble, and then the crew came in and discussed it and changed it to an incomplete pass. And these are some of my favorite plays because this is what we've been talking about. The officiating crew has to come together and help each other out in situations where someone has information that can prevent an error from becoming permanent. That's a great job.
Result of the play with an incomplete pass.
Take
Second
another
down.
look here. Juggling. The ball hits the ground.
Right.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Play number 5 is another great play that shows crew communication. This was originally being spotted up as an interception, and probably the back judge came in and said, no, this is incomplete. So he came in and discussed it and made sure that things got done properly. This is a great call, by the way, and a really tight play, difficult one to get, and you have to make sure that you are positioned so that these guys aren't blocking you out from seeing that action that resulted in the play becoming incomplete. Real nice job by the back judge and the crew. Play number 6 was ruled an interception and fumble, when in fact it should have been ruled incomplete, and there's a philosophy that backs it up perfectly. What makes this difficult is there's a pretty good amount of space between the time he first touches it and then when the ball reappears. And we have to look back on our training and remember that in order to make a catch, if you're on the way to the ground, you have to maintain control of the ball to and through the ground. And this player, who is stumbling forward, going to the ground, never has complete control of it. In fact, he loses it before he hits the ground. So when you go back and look at it in slow motion, we'll see that the defender first touches the ball here at about the 21. And he stumbles forward to about the 24 where he starts to lose the ball. It looks like a longer distance because he doesn't fall until he gets to the 27, but this is an incomplete pass. Play number 7 is just a classic example of a bang-bang play, incomplete, ruled properly on the field. We're seeing this more and more often now, which is great. I think everybody's used to it in the playing arena, the coaching arena, the fans, everybody. So even though he's got a foot on the ground, he's hit instantaneously. The ball comes out, incomplete pass, and a nice job. Play number 8. Now this one was ruled a catch fumble and a little bit more difficult, right? Because we're messing with the timeline. It does come out pretty quickly. I went back and timed it. He had the ball for a full second. But what's more important to me, and why I agree this is a catch fumble, is because number 13, when he first possessed the ball or first had control of it, he looked at the defender, and then after looking at the defender, he shifted his feet a couple of times, and in preparation for the defender, he stuck his left arm out to prevent the defender from getting to him. Now when he did this, the defender slid his left arm under and popped the ball out from underneath the right arm of the receiver. So you can see him extend his left arm here to protect himself, shifted his feet a couple of times. All happens within a second. It's all very quick, but I like the call. Play number 9 is a simple mechanics play. It was ruled a catch, should have been incomplete, and we need the umpire to turn on these passes and get a look at that trap. And I know this wasn't right over the center, but anything that comes out level like that, umpires, you need to turn and focus on where it's going. Don't watch the ball. If you watch the ball, you're going to miss the action on the ground. So as soon as you see a low trajectory bullet like that, you turn and you focus on the incoming receiver and you'll get it. All right, let's move into the down versus fumble section, and then we'll follow it up and end with progress. Play number 10, this was ruled down, and you can see by the formation we've got 5 in the backfield. I'm not going to go into that. But he was ruled down instead of ruled fumble, and our philosophy is if we don't know, it's a fumble. And the reason the philosophy is that way is because when you go back and look at these plays, 90% of them are fumbles. So it happens so quickly, and I know it's easy to anticipate, or maybe your angle shows you something differently. But in this case, the ball is clearly out, and by philosophy should be ruled a fumble if you're not sure. And when you look at the backside view of this, I can see the back judge might have thought the guy was down. But lean on your philosophy, and it will save you on many of these plays. Play number 11, a little bit more of the same. This one I think is a little bit tighter. It's on the inside, harder to see. So even more so, train yourself to officiate utilizing not only your vision, your instincts, but your philosophies. If you're unsure, let it play out. Maybe somebody else can come in and save you. But you can see that the ball is out before his knee is down. And statistically, like we talked about on the last play, that's going to be true on most of them.